Okay, today in this video, it's just kind of a stream of me driving from Gardner, Maine to Hollowell, and, I'll talk over it and do a bit of an update on the gig economy. And the update is that I am definitely interested in not doing the gig economy full-time anymore for a myriad of different reasons. First of all, the money. The more I worked, the more it felt like I was just drowning, because when you work DoorDash, you make your best money during peak time. And, if you're like stacking orders and all that, doing batches and all that, you can make, $20 to $25 an hour during peak time for DoorDash. But I found that you do a 6-hour day and you have a couple hours that are kind of slow, and then you're only making like $18 an hour. And then you do an 8-hour day and you're down to minimum wage for an 8-hour day. So this is a really low paying full-time job, but a very high paying side hustle. So I'm trying to get back to this being a side hustle as quickly as possible. I applied for Target today, so I can still deliver for Walmart, because you can't work for Walmart and deliver for Spark at the same time. There is a moratorium, 6 months, that you have to go through when you quit Walmart before you can start delivering for Spark again. So I don't like this moratorium. I don't like it at all. I don't think it's fair, and I'm just trying to get around it by working at Target. If I have to work at McDonald's, oh my god, I'm gonna be so pissed. Yeah, and I've applied for other positions as well, although they've, ghosted and done the whole rigmarole. And the job market is terrible. But the number one reason why I'm looking for a job is the money. The full-time money is so bad. The freedom doesn't mean anything if you're not making a living wage. It's just meaningless. And then, there's other issues like the repetition. It's really grinding when you're just delivering and delivering and delivering. I find that doing 4 to 5 deliveries a day is fine. It's ideal. It gives me something to do. But doing 14 to 15 or working all day trying to make the maximum amount of money, it doesn't work. And in my market, Augusta, Maine has 18,500 people. I think you can imagine that there are some gaps at times in the busyness in this market. I mean, I've been in worse markets, but I've been in better. And I'm sure that there are quite a few markets in this country that are way better than Augusta, Maine, in terms of DoorDash and the busyness and what you can make per hour and all that. I mean, look at Nova Hustles. He just hit 23,000 lifetime DoorDash deliveries. I just hit 3,000. And he was deactivated for a year and a half. So actually, we've both been on the platform for about the same amount of time. But I think I'm getting off topic here. So I talked about the repetition. It's not even good for your mental health, because the boredom, it grinds you down. It just makes you depressed. But and the money is obviously another thing, but then there's this weird shame that people put on DoorDash drivers and gig economy workers. I mean, I'm planning on continuing the job part-time around my job, my W-2. And so I guess the shame doesn't really affect me, especially if the money's coming in. But it's so weird how people look down upon delivery drivers. But you need these people? What is going on? I don't look down upon certain workers. I wouldn't look down upon sewage workers or people that literally shovel shit for a living. But the people that are delivering DoorDash are, they should get a real job. I have had to deal with so many shaming tactics. I'm sick and fucking tired of it. that really pissed me off. That really pissed me off. And you know, people just assume like you don't have a life and you have unlimited free time, and you know, oh, you want to keep doing this thing that you were doing before DoorDash and blah blah blah. Like, no, I'm not trying to go back to old jobs and old ways. And I still want my financial freedom, and I still want to be able to work when I want to work. I just want a bit of a schedule, you know, some routine. Maybe have some hours when DoorDash and Spark are not really that busy anyways. It'll honestly help me make more money. But it's been an eye-opening experience doing this full-time for a year. It's been shitty. And it didn't have to be. Not at all. I should have been free and working on myself and blah, 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 all that. It shouldn't have been like, oh, this is grinding down to the bone, and I don't even want to fucking deliver. Oh, man. I think there are other Dashers that can relate and have talked about this. You know, you do this for so long and you're like, I'm back. I want to get back to a job. But you don't really want to, you know? Because you're going to have to deal with people, and the schedule, and judgment, and all that bullshit. It's just going to be more in your face, you know? I don't know. Hopefully I'll find something by the new year. I'm obviously not planning on quitting delivering and talking about gig economy issues. I see no reason to stop, but obviously the content will change in a way.